Well, good morning, everybody, and we are delighted that you've chosen to join us today on this chilly December morning. Today, I'm your host, Alan, and we are delighted that you have chosen to join us today. So let me tell you a little bit about CSL Charlotte. We are a new thought community based on the teachings of the science of mind. And Dr. Ernest Holmes was a man on a mission. He combined truths from so many different spiritual traditions and paths, such as Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, etc., and synthesized it into a fresh, new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into the world. And so let me tell you about what we do here. We are a we are a collection of people that are we are a collection of people from so many different facets of life. It doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, black, white, or any diverse group, because we are all facets of the same diamond that is spirit. And it's just like that Buddha had taught. And today the theme is about embracing the life within and then sharing it to the world. And today happens to be a Buddhist holiday called Bodhi Day, which is celebrating the day where Buddha sat underneath the Bodhi tree and found enlightenment. So that's a wonderful practice for all of us to do, is just sit out in nature and to just really and take the time to connect with our own inner light. And that's also one of the things that we do here. We're here to shine the lights into the world, to be the light. And one of the ways to do that is to join our Tuesday night weekly consciousness meetings, because that's a great way to have a community of like-minded lights. And we are here to make each other brighter every day. And a part of life is purification. So there's going to be a purification ritual that's coming up pretty soon that Rosedale is going to be happy to tell you about. So I'd like to share a quick quote with you before I introduce Reverend Rosedale. When you've got an accurate compass, you'll never stray off course for long. And that is by Bill Burnett. And with that, I'll pass the mic over to our fabulous, radiant Reverend Rosedale Jones.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you, Alan, for bringing us in. And with that all being said, let me say, welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte, because this is the Mind, Body, Spirit Center. And this is going out to everyone, whether you're on YouTube or just anywhere you are. Wherever you decide to listen to us, the day you listen to us, you're here in this very moment. So welcome. With that being said, I'd like to say something to you about an upcoming ceremony that we have. It's called the Burning Bowl Ceremony. And we would like to invite everyone, everywhere, to participate in our Burning Bowl Ceremony. So as 2024, just imagine this, as 2024 draws to an end, 2025 starts the next chapter in our lives. With that, the burning bowl is a sacred ritual of release, renewal, and transformation. And with that, this ceremony is actually symbolic. It's symbolic of letting go of the things that no longer serve us, so that we can create a space for new intentions, for growth, for the possibilities that Dr. Wanda mentioned that earlier, for new growth and possibilities. Even though we gather online, check it out, the power of our purification and transformation, the burning part is all about burning starts anew, makes things fresh. So there's a physical flame, but therefore we're using the spiritual flame in our Burning Bowl series from online. So come on, reflect with us, join us, and watch us, and even listen, and even share if you choose, because you're here to do a nice release of 2024 and envision the most powerful 2025 you could ever do. But you're going to do it with clarity and confidence. So the first thing you need to know about the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte is we open up our celebration service with an opening prayer, which is an affirmative prayer, not a beseeching prayer. So today we're going to be all about cultivating spiritual prototypes. So first on our celebration, on our platform today for celebration is going to be Maureen Thurston. Now she is our wonderful and awesome emeritus spiritual practitioner. So you're going to hear her prayer, but I'm quite sure I'm going to know that she's cultivating her own spiritual practice, prototype. So if you want a prayer to learn about cultivating spiritual prototype, put in a prayer request and go to our website right now. And as you do that, make sure you take the time to put in and read it every day, because Mo is definitely the one that's going to send this out to you. So like I always say, if you don't receive a prayer from Mo, you have not put in a prayer request. With that being said, here she is ready. Mo, whenever you're ready, let it rip.
Thank you, Reverend Rosedale. So as we step into this beautiful Sunday morning towards the end of December, I know that each and every one of us here are here by divine right action and by choice. We choose to come into this amazing community on Sundays to celebrate, to be in harmony, and to be in connection with each other. And as I know that our intentions are pure, our minds are clear, we come with that open heart to hear the amazing message that Reverend Rosedale is going to impart to us today. I know that this service flows smoothly and easily, that everything that we need is here right now. As I release this prayer and I let it go, I know that it is already manifesting within each and every one of our lives with ease, with grace, with love, with laughter, and with peace in our hearts. So as we release and we let go, I invite you all to lock this in with me by simply affirming, and so it is.
And so it is. I'm right there with you, Mo. And so with that said, next on our platform is the reader who introduces or who gets in front of the speaker, who is me. Now, I know this particular reader knows by now what cultivating a spiritual prototype is all about. And she knows how to do it because she's going to read it to us. So listen to Groovy's reading as she gets it going today. And you're going to get started cultivating spiritual practices for yourself because it's going to sound so awesome. So with this reading, I want you to listen to the song because it's so powerful, guys. We got to get into the 2024 ending. Listen to the song, Auld Lang Syne by Lea Michele, and prepare yourself to start cultivating spiritual prototypes so when you're ready to start this new year, you got this with everything you have. So Groovy, make it do what it do.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today, and I have the honor of reading script written by our very own Reverend Rosedale Jones. Its title is A Journey Within, the World of Spiritual Prototypes. The concept of the journey of spiritual prototypes emphasizes the transformative power of self-examination and spiritual union. At the core of this journey is the ongoing dialogue we have within our inner being, a dialogue that shapes our vision and ultimately our reality. Whether you refer to this inner being as spirit, God, or another revered name, retrieving it connects you to the source of your power, clarity, and purpose. This interconnection is where your deepest decisions and understanding reside. It is also where solutions to life's challenges emerge, not from external validation, but from the wisdom within. A spiritual prototype is not a motionless blueprint. It is a dynamic model shaped by your visions, reflections, and intentions. You might cultivate this prototype through creating vision boards, journaling your desires, recording meaningful words, or engaging in visualizations exercises. All of these methods are used to create a spiritual prototype. Each method acts as a bridge to deeper self-awareness and alignment with your journey. Pay attention to the visions that arise during these moments of inner dialogue. They are not fleeting thoughts, but seeds of transformation. These visions guide you, inspire you, and remind you of the infinite potential within. To deepen this process, spiritual practices become essential tools. They create space for authentic listening, self-expression, and inner alignment. Some key spiritual prototypes include journaling and reflection, writing to explore your inner being and clarify your goals, discovering inner strength and resilience, finding courage and perseverance in the challenging times, overcoming doubts and fears, releasing limiting beliefs that hinder your growth, integrating spirituality with everyday life, making your spiritual practice a living, breathing part of your daily routine. Above all, guided meditations and visualization exercises can become your most trusted allies, helping you remain centered and focused. Embrace the journey of a spiritual prototype as a sacred exploration. After all, it is a journey where your inner dialogue shapes your outer reality, and your visions become the foundation of your transformation. The following is a quote from Reverend Rosedale. The path to clarity, resolution, and growth lies within. And so it is.
We're going to start by setting the tone with a brief centering. So relax your eyes, and now just take a nice deep breath in, and every time you exhale, recognize that you're releasing a lot of tension, you're releasing carbon dioxide. Just recognize you are releasing what no longer serves you for the year of 2024. You see, Auld Lang Syne is really about cherishing all our old friendships. It's about cherishing these fond memories that we have of the past. And we also want to think about some of those shared experiences that we had. All this whole year, I have a lot of beautiful experiences that I can talk about and think about and dream about. But that's what I want to do. And we're saying bye to the past, and we're welcoming 2025 in with gratitude and with big time connection. Because the longer we see, feel, and actually hear ourselves, the better we are at getting or being able to cultivate spiritual prototypes. So the time is now for us to start taking stock in our spiritual practices with our spiritual prototypes, and so that we can create meaningful and very powerful manifestations. So deepen your practice and recognize when you are actually doing this, cultivating your own spiritual prototypes. Now, it's your choice, but I just have one simple question. Is it time for you yet to start actually cultivating spiritual prototypes? Or are you going to go in 2025 and decide, oh, I don't know what I'm doing today? Huh? No, right? I don't know. It's not going to be me though, but you're at choice. Whether you choose to incorporate spiritual practices and start cultivating spiritual practice prototypes, and some things, it's going to be your choice whether you do it or not. So wiggle your fingers and your toes and begin to integrate your mind, body, and spirit right now into this service and here. And so as your eyes float around the room, let them, and look at it as though this is your first time ever being in this particular day, because it is your first time being here in this moment. Treat it and allow something in your space to bring you back to the present moment right now. And then I'm going to take a gratitude moment, and I'm going to thank Alan, our MC, and I'm also going to thank Mo with that powerful prayer that she opened us up so incredibly and wonderful. And then I'm going to thank Groovy for reading what I wrote, The Journey of a Spiritual Prototype, because what she just did was pointed the way to cultivating spiritual prototypes. So, where do we begin? Well, first of all, as far as spirituality is concerned, spiritual prototypes, they serve powerfully as a foundation of spiritual practices. Now, I'm going to tell you why is that. Because they form these roots for us. Now, after I tell you that, what they do, they train our mind, they train us, they sharpen us, and they sharpen our vision as well. But see, what happens is through that mind and vision, it's empowering us to actually shape our reality. The word prototype in and of itself actually means something that's an original, original, not original. It's an original, an initial version of something. It's an original, it's an initial version. And you know what's initial? Your vision. You see everything that happens in your life, you just may not be awakened. Stay woke. Because things are going on 24/7 in the mind. See, a spiritual prototype is crafted. It's crafted by your imagination. And your imagination imprints everything in your memory that you focus on long enough. Oh my God, I can't say that enough. Personally, I use writing. I love to write. I use audio. I use videos. I use any type of thing that can get me to memorize the methods that I just use day in and day out. This is not a one and done, folks. We can't just say, oh, I did that last week. No, this is a daily thing. Do you breathe every day? Do you eat every day? Do you drink water? I hope, at least once a day. This is not a one and done. I can't stress that enough. See, here's the thing. When I focus on my ideas long enough, I'm so clear that I manifest exactly what I want in life. I do. Whether I may not like it at that time, but I'm the one who needs this. It's coming to me. But what about you? Are you recognizing that? Are you willing to develop that keen sense to manifest your ideas, your desires? Are you willing to develop it? Because it does take time. Now, if you're not willing to do it, oh my God, there's nobody that can do it for you. See, I followed a study this last week. I mean, I'm constantly just bettering myself because I know this is what I do. I keep my mind on me, what I'm doing. Oh yes, I get the drama like everybody else, but then I have to weed it out, right? So I followed this study the other day. It's called The Psychology of Belief in Manifestation. Now check this out. There were 4 scientists. There's Lucas Dixon, there's Matthew Hornsey, and there's Nicole Hartley. Now, they proved that the psychology behind the belief in manifestation is real. At least they proved it to me. But if you do your research, it'll be proven to you. But coming home every day from work, going back and just throwing your books down and not doing anything, that's not going to get you there. I can promise you that. But what happened was, this particular study proved to me how positive self-talk, visualization, and symbols act in my life. Just symbols. I might be looking out my window and I might see a particular moon. That's going to be symbolic of something for me. This is spiritual prototype. That's the initial thing that gets me started. That's the original part of what my manifestation is going to be about. It attracts success in my life. Just me taking that time to start visualizing and letting my mind go. Yes, they called me a dreamer as a kid, because I am. But you know what? Those 4 people I mentioned, they developed this thing called a manifestation scale. And they found that over 1/3 of the people that were participating in that study had strong beliefs about manifestations, and they had strong beliefs in their own meditation and their own beliefs. But yeah, still their meditations, right? But they had beliefs developed behind the things that you vision. You're gonna have some kind of beliefs develop. And see, and then what they did was they scored. The people who scored higher scores on the scale, they saw, what, you hear me? They saw themselves as more successful. But I always tell you this, If the reason why you don't have success is you don't see yourself with it. And I'm telling you, I see myself with it. I tell you all the time, I'm doing this, it's happening. I'm not saying, well, I think that maybe I'm going to Egypt. I know I'm there. I already know it. I've already seen me standing there doing a major guided meditation to a group of people. Most of them are my people. But I see it. I see Timmy P. I see Mo. I see everybody. Out there in Egypt with me. When it's going to happen, I can't tell you the exact date. But I have strong aspirations. And because those very people that I watched the study with, I know. And see, those people that took the study, they also believed that they were more likely to achieve their future success. Just why I believe it. Because everything I followed and believed and trusted in happens in my life. I'm no different from them. I just practiced the things they did to get the same results that they got. And you can do the same thing I do. But it's your time. I think about people constantly. If you want to get up and let's just do this thing, okay? One example of a spiritual prototype is repeating something over and over to yourself. Repeating. The other day I got a little nervous because it took me a long time to figure out something. And then I told myself, wait a minute, I'm Rosedale. I said, I have a clear memory, and I have a perfect recall. So what is it that I was just thinking? Come on now. Don't you know I'm going to get that thing? Because I expect that. But if you go, something's going on with me, I don't know, stop it. You have control. And here's the thing. When you do that, you're visioning. When you start saying that, in times like those, when I'm visioning like that, they become a solid memory into me. And see, what happens is they move away those little brief, fleeting thoughts that I can have. Brief, fleeting thoughts is what I'm trying to say. Those things, they don't last, they don't manifest, they do nothing because you can't imprint them on your mind because you don't dwell on it long enough. You know that research, I'm telling you, research says that brief thoughts, they just go because they don't have time to last in your system. They can't imprint anything in your memory. And see, the mind believes everything that you think. And so guess what happens? If you sit there and you say, oh my God, that poor tree is about to fall down, and you just keep focusing on it, and that tree gonna hit the ground, baby. It's like gravity. If you get up on that roof and you decide that if I jump off this roof, guess where you going? You know it. Because you saw yourself do it. And you dwelled on it. Oh, my goodness. Because you see, brief thoughts, they don't last long enough. I have to say it again. They don't last long enough to manifest. So don't panic yourself over things like, oh my God, I can't believe I just said that. Just let it go. See, we need enough time to create whatever it is we're trying to manifest. Oh, we got to create an imprint. That's why the architects, they create blueprints. To get a house, they have to see it before it's built. Oh, come on now. And it's the same thing that we can do with our own minds, spiritually and scientifically. Here's the truth. Brief thoughts cannot, I'm going to say it again, cannot manifest unless we dwell on them long enough. See, I'm clear that what I have been focusing on all these last 20 years or so that I've really gotten very serious about my life, it has shaped me into who I am today. I'm very intentional about what I want to manifest. It's all the way down to the partner that's going to be along. I'm going to have this partner that's going to be the same in mindset, not the same things. He don't do what I do. But as far as cultivating spiritual prototypes, you're either going to learn it or you're not. But if you don't learn it, you can't be meshed with this woman right here. I'm clear! See, I like to speak about my desires every single day, visualizing what I say, what I feel, what I hear. Because I know why? Because it's crucial that I articulate my desires to me, to this power within me, to this wonderful field that surrounds me. I am very tense about that when I'm by myself, and I want to spend that time in this very moment, this moment I'm in right now, I'm creating. As I talk to you, I already know that I'm creating. See, that puts me at an advantage. And see, the advantage that it puts me at is where my mind goes, my attention goes, and what I focus on grows. So I'm at an advantage because my mind doesn't distinguish whether it's true or not. So I know better. Don't you sit there and dwell on that. I know better. Because the mind can't give me that if I don't let it happen. Now, if I sit here and keep talking about me in Egypt and seeing it, oh, I know it's there, and that makes it true. Those are just examples. So here's a thought. If you're treating all these repetitions that you do, and you say, oh, I did spiritual practice this morning, and you do something for a little while, maybe nothing seems to happen, but baby, something's happening. Okay, something's happening. So it's not a one and done. But see, if you are doing it like that, you're wasting precious time. You know, that's why I emphasize using all of this imagination at CSL Charlotte. That is the thing that got many of us where we are. There are so many powerful ministers, including me. There's so many powerful regular people who are really practicing this. There are people that don't even attend centers for spiritual living or anything that I see out there that I'm dealing with. Baby, manifestation is their middle name. Because they believe in their They believe in their manifestations. See, it doesn't matter if you're reading, if you're listening to a recording, if you're watching a video. All of this works as a spiritual prototype, because the spiritual prototype is that initial or original piece of evidence, if you will, that will help you as far as that manifestation to bring it to life. See, things manifest in our lives because of repetition. Repetition is the mother of skill. See, we have all played it, and we continue to play in this world, this transformative world. We're transforming constantly. You may not like your results. You think, oh, nothing's going on for me. But honey, we live in that. We live in it. We got spiritual prototypes going on. We don't even have, we're not even doing it on purpose, some people. I do it on purpose. I'm very intentional about what I want. So a spiritual prototype is very vibrant. It's a game changer. Okay? It's vibrant. It has a vision that engages all of my senses. I hope it does yours. It engages my sight and my sound, my smell. Sometimes I could say, I even like my smell on me a lot. Yeah, that's how I am. Right? And I say to myself, wow, I smelled that. I think it's my mom. Wow, my mom. It smells like her. See, but you know what else is part of the game? I say it all the time and people don't like to hear it, but emotions is always part of the process. Always. So like in Groovy's reading, that she read, that I wrote, says that at the core of this journey is the ongoing dialogue. It's from our inner being, between us and the dialogue to me, my inner being. The field surrounds me. I'm speaking into it. This dialogue is for, now I'm not making up this reading. I study this stuff, so I'm not just telling you this. It's a dialogue that shapes our vision. Again, you know what? It's our ultimate. It ultimately leads us into our reality, which is the thing we manifest. That's your man. So if you're not happy, you did it. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. So spiritually or scientifically, what does that do for you if you know that you're a person who worries a lot or who lives in fear? What does it do for you? What do you think it's going to do for you? See, this dialogue or this constant conversation that we have in 24/7, whether we're paying attention or not, we need to stay woke. Because then you got to understand, when you've come to and you recognize what you just thought, you got time. to remove what you don't want there. Seeing is metaphorically linked to practicing visions, practicing spiritual prototype. It's all linked. Smelling, tasting, touching. All of this is linked to our visions. Because if I touch something, my mind, I'm going to allow it to feel. And when I allow it to feel, I get a vision. What does this feel like to me? All you have to do is allow your own thorough and use of your own senses, not someone else's idea. They'll tell you that, oh no, that's a purple leaf, but that's what this person sees. What do you see out of your senses? Do you smell? Melissa and I used to walk around this place that had these beautiful smelling plants. Oh my God, it was so beautiful. But what it did to my vision, oh my God. See, whether we live in fear or whether we live on the love side, our visions are manifested totally 100% based on one of those centers, and emotions are nowhere far from that. What we focus on grows. See, all those practices that I mentioned, they have direct and immediate effects on our well-being. The other day, my knee felt like, oh my goodness. What did I do? I did a lot of things. I didn't just do one thing. I'm telling you, it's not a one and done. I did a lot. Now my knee is perfect. It affected me immediately because I knew that I had to do something now. Not going to run over here and ask somebody's opinion. Like, I don't say it's wrong to ask the doctor's opinion, but if I think, if I work and I find it out, I can direct some attention toward myself. But make no mistake about this. There is a powerful energy and electricity operating as our nervous system. And that's all as far as spiritual and scientifically achievable. All of it. We just got to know it's there. See, this system inside of us was built way before the start of time. And it carries all of our vibrations through and around us every single day. But it's up to you now to train your mind using spiritual prototypes, which are powerful, powerful, powerful mental and emotional plans. It's like the blueprint that the architect uses. They align these thoughts, these feelings, and these beliefs. They're all aligned with us. They could be good, bad, or indifferent. It doesn't matter. It's my choice if I allow bad or indifferent to enter the plans. Not going to do it. That's my reality. I'm constantly manifesting my reality, and I'm aware of it. I'm clear. So stay woke to what you're thinking about. Now, these prototypes, they're not just some abstract idea. You know, they're intentional, and if you're worried, you're being very intentional about your worry. Okay? They position and they activate these manifestations. So with enough practice, with enough clarity, and with enough confidence or confidence, right? Then you have your faith. But with all of that clarity, confidence, and faith, the manifestations are immediately yours with ease and grace. So make the decision today to stop allowing your body to come home and plop down on the couch and go to sleep. Because when you do that and you know you have work to be done, you're going to depress yourself because you're not going to do it. And things just won't get done. And when things don't get done, that's on you. So here's the question. What are you willing to do to keep going? Because this is my other question. What's going to happen if you keep living like this and you decide to live to age 100? Where are you going to end? I just want you to think about that. If you keep this up, where are you going? See, it makes sense that by visualizing our goals, it prepares our minds to see. And when we see our goals as attainable and tangible, It's a game of cards for us. We just won. That's one of the reasons why I constantly practice. And I practice visioning and I constantly keep it in front of your face. I know. Some people say, well, I can't do that. It's too much. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. You see, I like to say I'm sorry, not sorry, because I'm not. It's just a phrase, right? So that's why I introduce it constantly in our consciousness meeting, and I will never stop because it's the thing. It's the thing that keeps us going. And I can't say it enough. You must put practice and you must see yourself with the desires that are attainable, and you got to see them as very tangible. Got to do it. It's critical. So without sounding all cliche, one reason you don't have the things you want in life is because you don't see yourself with them. So your body prompts your mind. If it does, whoa, you have an issue with manifestation. If your mind prompts your body, you have the most powerful manifestations. Visualization and action are key components for manifesting anything. So when we vividly actually see and imagine our desire, our outcomes, and actually what happens with that is our brain literally interprets this as a mental practice. And then you know what it does? It sees this thing as a real experience. And guess what? We have those experiences. It may not be to the letter, but you will be experiencing that. Use these spiritual prototypes because they are prompting you to do the things you do and to be in the places you are. And I know for a fact that my spiritual prototypes prompt me to be in the places I show up in. I said, well, I don't feel like, honey, I'm going to get out there if I need to get out there because it's my mind. It's prompting my body. Let's go. Let's go do that. So just remember this in closing. When we realize it's a new day and we love ourselves enough to take the time and to choose a spiritual prototype for that moment that's going to get us to this next day, then every time you have a desire or a new journey and you use that to create a new spiritual prototype, you begin to manifest so much better. So just take the time and just listen to this song called A New Day. Now this song should open up some avenues now. It's A New Day by Tim Morrison. So when this guy sang that song, he said it's a new day in the new year. And he sings that we should celebrate because new things are coming with opportunities. I can't forget that word because the possibilities that Dr. Wanda came in here talking about this morning was the thing that struck a chord. See, it's a brand new day, guys, today. In the next hour, it's going to be a brand new hour. Take it and run with it. Because it's not coming. It's not coming. But you heard he said it's not coming because it's already here. The minute we speak it, it's already done, this new moment. So what do you think about that? So far, the new year is about to get started. So isn't it time today, this moment now, that you begin to start cultivating some spiritual prototypes? With that said, I say no more. So this is the time we talk about birthdays because it's so important. Again, that's the day you came to be. And we take pride in recognizing our own birthdays as well as other people because that's the day you came to be. If that day didn't happen, you wouldn't be here, right? So put your date and your month in there if you're on YouTube. And yeah, I got everybody's here today. So good. So if you're not here, if you are new, then you'd go into our chat on this actual online. So I don't know your birthday, you do. So how about giving it to us? All right, so that thing is all said. But now let's do some big shout outs to our platform team. So this morning, I have to give great thanks to our MC, Alan, and to our open and closing prayer lady, beautiful practitioner emeritus. I can't say those words all in one swing, but our emeritus spiritual practitioner, Maureen Thurston, aka Mo. Thank you. And thank you, Groovy, for reading that message, because Groovy happens to be our spiritual harmony steward back there, keeping the harmony on this thing as we continue to move through our service. So she keeps things clean and quiet. She's the cleanup woman here. So thank you so much, Timmy P, for those announcements and the music and being the pilot, because you do take care of things. And I like how you mentioned it just now. So thanks to our practitioner for waiting, Mo, for waiting for all of these emails to come to your computer so you can send it back to us. And Melissa, thank you for always spotlighting and showing us and putting us out there. And it's so nice. So now I think I had everybody loved on. And with that being said, let's just think about this. Let's take into consideration that today was all about inspiring us to start crafting spiritual prototypes, making blueprints, right? Something like that. Remember, when you're ready to start crafting spiritual prototypes, you'll really have to take that time in as many spiritual practices as you can, because you want to come to love and experience new things in life, right? So the final song reminds you to love yourself in order to start crafting spiritual prototypes. So before Mo prays us out, so this next song that we have, make sure you pay strict attention to it and just enjoy it. Oh yeah, na 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 na. That's to everybody out there on YouTube. You didn't hear that song, but that's what it said. It's letting you know to everybody, male, female, boy and girl, and children, Happy New Year. But I really say Happy New You. So just remember that. So as we wrap up our time together, let's practice to start cultivating, or just cultivating our spiritual practices, developing them, and use your one power this week to get very good results. And remember, the universe is constantly supporting you on this journey.
So as we close out this wonderful time that we have spent here today, I am filled with gratitude beyond what my heart can hold for this amazing community, for each and every one of you. You bring light, love, and peace into my heart every time I get to see your lovely faces. So as we close out this service today and close out almost December for this year, I know that we go forward into our lives with a sense of joy, anticipation, and excitement about what is ours to do in this coming new year. I know that we go forward with ease and with grace and with a peace in our heart and a peace of mind and the strength of spirit in everything that we do. I release, I let go, I let God, knowing that it is already manifesting in each and every one of us, and we can lock it in by simply saying, and so it is.
And I am so with you on that, Mo. And I gotta say, this team is so awesome. You know when the leader starts to say, "Oh, I forgot this," but Mo didn't forget. And so thank you so much, Mo, for praying us out and all of that. But before we lock up, though, before we really actually close, I just want to mention one more time about the burning bowl and give you a little idea of what to expect. Just know that the burning bowl is a very sacred ritual, and it's all about renewal and transformation, getting rid of the old and coming back, letting go of it, but bringing in the new through visioning. So with that said, guys, hold steadfast on your ideas and your thoughts and bring it with you, and prepare your space on Tuesday at 6 p.m. at our consciousness meeting, which is the burning bowl ceremony. So with that being said, the universe is always supporting you in everything you do in all your endeavors. And until we meet again, continue to practice cultivating spiritual prototypes.